Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War.
And today I have your weekly preview for the week of October 17th, 2022. So let's get into it, big yellow fellow. Let's go check out the Soulforge, the World Event, Event Key Drop Table, Glory Shop Troop. If I said Soulforge, right? All that stuff. You know what a weekly preview is. I don't have to say it every time, do I? Games, Soulforge. Alright, let's go see what's in here, starting with the Mythics, then we'll move to the Legendaries, and then we'll go to the weapons. Supposedly it's a new cycle for the Soulforge, so anything could be in here. Everything, so Iron Hawk, Hiking Iron Gut, everything could be in here. Acting Weaver, all those good troops can be in here right now. So that's what Beg for Mercy said anyway. Shout out to Beg for Mercy. Let's go with this, let's see what's in here. I don't know. This is my first reaction to the week, other than the World Event team that I put out earlier in the scoring and stuff for the World Event. What do we got? Scorpius. Doomclaw. Doomclaw's one of the worst. Death, one of the worst. And Plague, oh my gosh, is the worst Soulforge ever. At least for Mythics. At least you got Scorpius, I guess. But there's three of the worst right there. That's my worst mythic. I think that's my bottom three almost. That's crazy. Three of the worst mythics in the game. Hey, keep saving unless you need Scorpius. If you have your rally, you can do the Scorpius your rally team in like a couple kingdoms. I'm pretty sure. I know Nexus is one of them, but there might be a couple of them now. Not now, but I think people have discovered at least one more that has a lot of troops that can be poisoned. But Scorpius is the best here, definitely 100%, because the other three are terrible. Scorpius, 28, purple, yellow, brown, drifting sands, monster, deal damage to the last two enemies. The damage is lethal on any poisoned enemy. So you would use your rally to poison enemies on 4 or 5 gym match, and then you would shoot this and get rid of 2 enemies with 1 shot. You just have to do that twice, and you win a difficulty 12 Explore battle. In the Nexus, I think or Sword's Edge, maybe, was the other one? I think. I'm not 100% on Sword's Edge, but I know the Nexus, it can happen. The trait's not super awesome. Impervious is good, though, so it has something going for it with its traits. But the lethal damage on 2 enemies makes this way better than Scaprio, the new mythic we got last week, or the week before last, whatever it was. So Scorpius good if you have your rally and you've been looking for that team. It's one of the fastest difficulty 12 Explore teams in the game, which is good for farming tokens or going for the Horde Mimic Mythic, stuff like that. And the number 1 team is Zul'Goth, so Zul'Goth's way harder to get than like Scorpius or Rally, so it's a good team and it's very useful. These three, they're not even worth really putting in any sort of order. They're all 3 terrible, so it would go like, I guess Doomclaw would be the best, and this is one of those times where actually Kingdom level and power does come into play here. 24 green, blue, brown, Urskaya, Daemon, Urska. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by enraged allies with separate 25% chances to devour the next enemy above and below. And enrage a random ally on 4 or 5 gym matches. Just not something you're ever going to use. Low damage. And only a 25% chance to devour. So, Doomclaw, one of the worst, but at least it's tied to a kingdom. Death and Plague are not. They're Apocalypse mythics, some of the first mythics to ever be put in the game. So you decide on your own whether you like Plague or Death better. But I guess I would say Death, which is 20, red, blue, purple. Apocalypse, Undead Daemon. Death mark all enemies, deal scatter damage boosted by my life. And, you know, Necromancy. Plague is 20, green, blue, purple, Apocalypse, Daemon, Fey. Eliminate points of a random skill from all enemies, poison, and disease them. That's not even a lot. And, you know, what's it going to do? Health, HP, armor, magic, or attack. And if it does, like, HP, that's not even a lot. And if it does, like, armor, that's even worse. I guess if it eliminated that much magic from the whole other team, but that's only going to happen 25% of the time. I guess attack would be second best, but yeah, really cool troop art. Shout out to the troop art, but same with Death. Cool troop art, but otherwise not useful, and it's even worse that it's not tied to a kingdom. So Doomclaw will go above those, but way, way down in the dookie pile on the bottom, like F tier. So Scorpius is the only one to even consider. As far as the legendaries go, we got Borealis, we got Umberwolf, we got Divinia, and Despond again? Jeez. So yeah, it must be a new cycle, because that's where we just had Despond like a week or two ago. The best here would probably be... Borealis is good. It has that triple damage to Frozen. But I think I use Divinia slightly more. They're really close. Neither one is a top 5 or a top 10, so don't craft them unless you're just a very specific person. You want to save up your diamonds and craft only like the top 5 legendaries, and neither one of these are top 5 legendaries. But we'll go with Divinia first. We have 15 red, yellow, Dragon's Claw, Divine Dragon. Explode all red gems, cleanse all allies, and give them 33 life. So this used to be, before Queen Beatrix came into the game, this was a really good way to cleanse all allies. But we got Royal Honey now. Explode all red gems, that's pretty good, but you also got like Angry Mob and stuff, so it's a good troop, but there's like other ways to do the things that it used to be the only thing to do. It came out before Angry Mob, and it came out before like Queen Beatrix. And that's what happens sometimes. A new troop will come in, it does something better, and then the other older troop falls down a little bit. Dragon's Blessing's decent. It causes a random positive status effect on a random ally in 4 or 5 gym match. So not guaranteed to be something awesome, but always nice. Who would be next? Oh yeah, Borealis. 14 yellow, blue, Glacial Peaks Dragon. See, I just put them in order in case you want to craft them, but I don't recommend crafting them, you know? Just in case, though. Glacial Peaks Dragon. Freeze all enemies. Deal damage to the weakest enemy. Deal triple skull damage versus frozen enemies, and ice armor, 65% skull reduction. This is good for when you don't have Fireblade, which means you don't have like Sun Spear on 100 or Slayer on 100. You can do ice, and the only downside to that is you have to cast Borealis before you can start doing the triple skull damage versus frozen enemies, unless you come up with another way to freeze enemies. It's just way easier to do Fireblade than it is to do Icy Cloak. But it is a way to do triple skull damage, but you have to cast first, so it's a little bit slower. Next would be, we got Umberwolf, and probably Umberwolf because it's somewhat useful. 16 red, purple, Galvania, Undead Beast. Deal damage to the first 2 enemies. Place Hunter's Mark and Death Mark on them, then transform into a Nosferatu. Create a Dark Storm at the start of every turn. Stealthy and Undying. So it's just a really solid legendary. Used to be used quite a bit in the soul farming team, but it's not anymore. It's still in a like top 4, top 3 soul farming team, but we have like 2 of them that are better now, plus Ironhawk. So really it's like the 4th best soul farming team now, so kind of not even worth mentioning anymore because there's 3 other soul farming teams that are better. But it does create a Dark Storm at the start of every turn, so if you need a perpetual purple storm, Umberwolf is the way to go. And everything else is super solid too. It's just not like a top 5 or top 10. And, you know, but it's okay. It's like a B-. What was the last one? Oh, yeah. Freaking Despond again. 16 blue, purple, Cinemirage, Daemon. Deal damage to an enemy equal to their attack. Then deal the same damage to all enemies above them. Summon an Abject of Despond. Creeping Gloom, Impervious, Omen of Ice. It's not terrible. It's like really average. Okay, so that's the troops. So Scorpius mostly, but Divinia's there, and Borealis is there too. Weapons. Fist of Heaven's okay. Explode yellow gems. Grant a random stats effect to all divine allies and summon a divine troop. That's good when you have an all-divine team or a world event like we got right now where most of them are divine. You could use the Fist of Heaven. Angel of Death. Staff of Whitehelm. Guardian Hammer I'm using in my world event teams, both of them. But it's available right here in the Soulforge for very low cost, 300 diamonds. It deals damage to an enemy boosted by Whitehelm allies. The whole restriction is Whitehelm in the world event. It creates a mix of yellow and brown gems for each Whitehelm ally. Almost every Whitehelm ally uses yellow. So it's decent, and it has some perks on it, like it gives mana to all allies and it barriers your heroes, so it's even better than just what this spell is. Divine Protector is probably the best weapon here. It deals damage to an enemy boosted by divine allies, then creates a mix of 6 red and yellow gems for each divine ally. Just because the typing of divine and it makes red and yellow, it goes good with like Divine Ishbala, Keelan, There's some other good teams. Like, I've definitely seen some good divine teams using this weapon, so you should probably grab it. It's only 300 diamonds. Doom Scripture for all y'all out there doing the Guild War Defend meta right now, which is definitely the Doomed books. So 900 diamonds. Hopefully you already got it, though, in the Tower of Doom. But if you didn't, here's your second chance to get it. Well, probably more than your second chance, but another chance to get it. Yeah, and I think that's it. So for me, in this event, I would say you go Divine Protector, then Doom Scripture, then Guardian Hammer, maybe, just because it's useful this week. But Fist of Heaven, pretty close to Guardian Hammer. And if it wasn't like, if I wasn't using the Guardian Hammer in this world event this week, I would say Fist of Heaven is better than Guardian Hammer. Alright, so that's the Soulforge. Let's go over the world event, Topaz Treasures. As foretold by Baba Yaga, the Topaz Giants were in Whitehelm, where they had raised an army of elementals. Defeat elementals and giants in Whitehelm to gain elemental energy and Topaz shards. So I have a team video out right now, and I have a scoring video out right now, and they're both really short, so I'm not going to bother you with all that. But we do have spell damage, so you want to hit as many enemies as possible with spell damage. The order of operation here from Hawks on the forum. Let's read her little graphic. Topaz Treasures World Event. Also, hey, shout out to Mr. Clip Bomb Chad for the super thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It's the little button with the heart under the video. Like, when we're not doing a live stream, it's your way to kind of do a super chat or super sticker. And Mr. Chad, one of my brothers in arms, like Mr. Faceless One, them two guys hit me with the super thanks, keeps me going, supports the channel. I appreciate it so much. So yeah, shout out to Chad for the super thanks. Topaz Treasures World Event. Medals are spell damage boost. Restriction is troops Whitehelm, weapons Whitehelm. Scoring, elemental energy is worth 2 points and Topaz shards are worth 8 points. The battles, you want to do the Topaz Giant is worth 24 points. Topaz Terrors is worth 16. Jotnar's worth 7. Gloomleaf worth 6. Frostfire Troll is worth 5. And Zephyros is worth 4. So we have pretty much rarity order, but you want to do Topaz. So the Topaz Giant is bigger than the Topaz Terrors. It's a giant, so make sure you do the Topaz Giant if you see it. If you don't see the Topaz Giant, you do the Topaz Terrors. I have a video on it, and I just read it to you, so I won't go too crazy with that. Above order and lowest level is best. There's 3 phases. You got to win 15 battles against Frostfire Troll and Zephyros. After you do that, you got to win 15 battles against Jotnar, Gloomleaf, Frostfire Troll, and Zephyros. And then you get to phase 3, where all 3 battles are available, or all battles are available in phase 3. Total points required, 31,000. Total points required per member to close, 1,034. So if you want to have 1,034 points or higher to do your share. What tier do we need to buy up to? Is that on here anywhere? Tier 1 will be neat. Looks like Tier 1. There's an update coming out soon. Looks like there's an update coming out soon, maybe. I think it's Tier 1. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm just going to say at least Tier 1. So buy, you know how it goes. You want to buy the first 2 potions so you can get the Explode and the Enchant Potion. It just makes the event easier, so that's what I would recommend. But if you're trying to save gems, you could do no tiers and just see how far you can get and then buy another one. Or you could just start off with 1. It doesn't cost very much to buy 1 tier. But yeah, the first 2 is what I recommend just to make it easier on yourself to get the Enchant Potion and the Explode Potion. But if you're trying to save gems, it's always worth seeing what's the least you can do. Anyway, that's the world event. Got 2 videos on that are very short. Just go check them out. I'll link one of them at the end of this video. Alright, so we did the world event and we did the Soulforge. Let's go check out the new troop in the Glory Shop. I gotta get my Spoils of War. I'll forget if I don't do it here on video. Alright, Topaz Giant. Let's see what this thing is. Alright, we got 13 brown, yellow, white helm, elemental giant. Deal damage to an enemy, then convert 5 purple gems to yellow giant gems. I feel like Mercy's better. It's empowered. It does the same conversion. But yeah, this thing does damage and does giant gems, so, well, I don't know. They're always decent. I don't use them, but they're not useless. Topaz Shard, create a yellow giant gem when I take skull damage, Stone Skin, 50% skull reduction, and Light Storm at the start of battle. So let me buy this up to Mythic. We get Arcane Mountain Trait Stones. That's going to be your yellow and brown troops, and it's how you fully trade them. So let's go see what's up with that. We also have a White Helm weak for Event Key Drop Table. So let's check out the Trait Stone first of all. We're going to do yellow, brown, all colors, base rarity, and then I'll tell you what troops you can fully trait if you want to buy a bunch of stones in the Glory Shop right there where I just showed you. Got Arc Proxy Avendra, Doom of Arachnia. We have Ironhawk, artillery support, very important. We got Bloody Bows. We got Mistralis, Enchanted Wind, Psycho Missy. Pharaoh Nefertani, Pharaoh's Curse. Stonehammer has that 80% skull reduction. Anything else? Is Will of Nisha? Nah. Gorgatha has 75% skull reduction and 100% chance that it uses this trait stone. Sir Quentin Hadley is pretty important for your... You're going to get, maybe you get Guard's Avatar this week with event keys. You can't use them in the World event right now because Sir Quentin Hadley's not from Whitehelm. But going forward, if you get Guard's Avatar this week, be very important to make sure you have Sir Quentin Hadley fully traded. So that trait stone's available to you right now to get that 50% start for Knight Allies. And that, like, the 50% start for Knight Allies is used 99% of the time for Guard's Avatar. We got Wrath, who has Cataclysm. That's the Skull Waterfall team. Look that up on my channel. Tink has his little Flux Capacitor, Electrostorm. Got Chalcedony there, even though I don't think she has any traits we need. But shout out to that. Anything else here for brown and yellow? There might be a couple things I'm skipping by, but I'm just looking for the obvious ones. Cockatrice does a couple cool things. Not super important, though. Dust Devil has Empowered. That's important for your Ironhawk team once again. So this yellow-brown stone is really important for your double Ironhawk team for Vault, which is coming up this weekend. So you may want to, if you don't already have Dust Devil and Ironhawk fully traded, you might want to consider buying up in the Glory Shop to get the trait stones to do it. And that's it, really. I mean, I might have missed something, but... mostly when you're looking at trait stones, you're looking at, like, you know, ultra rares, epics, and legendaries. So Sir Quentin Hadley would probably be the most important thing. We got Wrath, Gorgatha, and then, you know, shout out to Ironhawk and stuff like that. Arc Proxy Avendra. All right, event key drop table. Let's go to Whitehelm and see what we got. Definitely go up from the bottom on W. Go base rarity. I'll go show all just in case, but I think I have everything. All right, so the mythics we have are Guard's Avatar, Labara, and the Archdeva. So if you're throwing event keys this week, which is not terrible, it's pretty good. It's like a B-tier kingdom for event keys, because you could potentially get Guard's Avatar, and if you do not, you could potentially get the Archdeva, who's pretty solid. Labara is the crappiest of the mythics here. And then we have Celestacia, Holy Saint Astra, which is important for human allies. Start 50% mana. That's your Tesla team. Can't get Gargoyle. Can't get Silent Sentinel. Can't get Guardian Pillar. Those are all faction troops. We have Mercy though. Start battles with full mana, and you convert yellow to or purple to yellow, which is good for these types of troops. Angry Mob is there. High Paladin. Sister Superior, another troop for your hiking or your Ironhawk team. Potentially. I use Greed, but a lot of people use Sister Superior too. Either way is good. So yeah, some important stuff, especially if you're trying to build an Ironhawk team this week from the Trait Stone and the Event Key drop table. Sister Superior you need, and you know, the Ironhawk trait stone, and then empowering Dust Devil and whatnot. But as far as the event key drop table goes, pretty top heavy. You want the guard's avatar. The Archdevo would be a decent consolidation prize. Labara would be if you have terrible luck. You also may get Holy Saint Astra along the way, which is your 50% start for Tesla. And then if you get none of that, at least you might get Mercy, Angry Mob, High Paladin, Sister Superior. So pretty solid, but not like... There's no top 5 mythics, but solid like B-tier kingdom for event keys. All right, let's go back to the beginning here, wrap all the way back around. All right, we have Big Yellow Fellow, new epic troop, the Topaz Giant. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Topaz Treasures, experience a new world event with your guildmates. Play world event battles every day to unlock rewards. Legends Reborn still going on all week this week. I'm going to get mine done probably today or tomorrow or the next day. That way I'm not dealing with it during Vault. But I didn't do it last week because Guild Wars was going on. We had a really busy week. I wasn't trying to add to it. It's just a pet anyway. I'll get it. Prismatic Key, we have 20 days left. Week of Whitehelm, all Whitehelm troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Elementals, all Elementals gain 10% to their skills. Bonus Glory, use the Topaz Giant PvP to gain 5 Glory. Okay, so what else is going on this week? Alright, so today you're going to be doing your campaign. You're going to get started on your world event. Tomorrow, maybe do your Legends Reborn, get that done. Maybe open some Vault keys. We got Vault this weekend. Maybe you want to open all your Vault keys and get started on that. Tomorrow we have Faction Assault for Hall of Guardians. I think I have that one all the way done, but I will show you some teams on Tuesday at Reset. Wednesday we have not that pet, I don't think. We have a Whitehelm pet. It's on the spoiler video if you want to know what it is. Thursday we have Priest class event, and then Friday we have a Vault event. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Vault event. I'll probably do Gems of War After Dark and a Sunday live stream. I'm having trouble with my PS4, but I did change some settings. I hope it helps. We'll see on Wednesday, and if all else fails, I can do a live stream from my laptop on my new account. I'm going to call my ISP, too. If it crashes again on Wednesday, I'm definitely calling them on Wednesday and trying to get it figured out. So, I don't know. I thought I had it figured out, and then it did it. Like, we had a terrible day Sunday as far as me and my connection. Like, we tried twice, and it crashed twice. The live stream did. I'm hoping it's just my internet. I don't know. Either way, it kind of sucks. But yeah, that's what's going on this week. Let's go check out the campaign. I think this is it. Campaign's last, right? Alright, the first of the giants Baba Yaga told us about, the Amethyst Giants of Karakoth, had been defeated. We now had some Amethyst Crystals, and I posed the question to Keghammer and Jimhammer of what we should do with them. We got Intrepid Explorer. When Explorer runs in Whitehelm at difficulty 8 or higher. We got Treasure Hunter. Complete Treasure Hunt with 60 turns or higher. It's an auto reroll for me. Because look at that. That's way easier. Green Slayer. We just have to do 10 battles there. That'll be 10 battles. I can do 6 seconds a battle. You know what I'm saying? So I can do that in like a minute. Almost. You know, I got to get green enemies. So it might take me 2-3 minutes. Treasure Hunt is going to take 5 minutes per treasure hunt, you know? I can just do this, right? We'll get 2 event keys. Show off that Whitehelm. There's Sister Superior. Runic Nature Trait Stone. But I used to show all the tasks and, like, give you ways to get them done and stuff like that, but you guys didn't like that video, so I quit doing it. Win any battle using the Holy Banner. I'm using the Holy Banner in my World Event team, so it's only 3, though, so no big deal. So here I would go to Whitehelm at, like, probably difficulty 12, honestly. And I would use the Holy Banner, and I would, you know, that's how I'd get started here. What are we getting? You guys are getting some pets of the... You're getting some copies of the pet. You're getting some pets of the copy. And, you know, some books. What are we getting for a stat? Armor, which is pretty good, because we're using a Guard's Avatar this week, and you might get it for your first... You might get it with event keys, too. So, getting some armor to help out that Guard's Avatar or Rowan. But, yeah, that's it. That's all that's going on. You know, I'll have the faction video at Reset tomorrow for Hall of Guardians. Wednesday, we'll have a live stream around 10 a.m. EST. Thursday, probably a new account playthrough video. And I'll try to do, like, a guide or list video so it's more enticing to y'all. But look out for that, please. And then Friday, not sure. I'll try to think of some vault video. I feel like I've done every single kind of vault video you could ever do, and I don't know if you guys would even want to watch that if I did another one Friday. So, not sure what I'm going to do Friday. Maybe the Gems of War After Dark instead. Maybe something else having to do with the vault. I'll try to think of something. Saturday, we got spoilers. Sunday, live stream. So, that's the schedule going forward. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel. Comment below. Shout out to Chad for the super thanks. Really appreciate it. Little heart under the video. Little blue join button under the video. Stuff like that helps a ton. See y'all next time. You're the best. Peace.